last thing that we want to look at is determining whether a function is odd or even. And right now I just want to show you guys how it works. We'll talk more about the understanding of it through DNAs and stuff like that. So what you do, in order to find out if it's odd or even, you have to plug in negative x to it. So we're going to look at this first one, and we'll plug in negative x. You plug a negative x in wherever you see an x. It's kind of like if if you had like g and you're plugging in 2, you would plug in a 2 and then square it, and then you would subtract and you plug in a 2 right there. But we're not plugging in 2s, we're plugging in a negative x. Okay? And what you do now is you simplify it. You simplify it as much as you can to see if you get an odd or an even function. So here, check this out. What is x to the third power? That's just x to the third, right? That's x to the third. Now what if it was negative x? That'd be negative x times negative x times negative x, like this, negative x, and negative x. Is that going to be a positive or a negative?
Negative.
That'll be a negative. So we have a negative x to the third power, and then we have a subtract. Wait a second. There's a subtraction sign and a negative right there. That's the same as adding an x, right? So this is g of negative x. Now look at what we got. Look at our result. And then look at what we started with. Are those opposites? Yes. And so if you plug in a negative x and you get the opposite of g of x, which is what this is. Isn't this right here is equal to g of x, right? So if I put a negative in front of it, I'm saying the opposite of g of x, which is what this is. To take the opposite of the rule, you just have to multiply everything by negative 1. If they do that, then you know that it's an odd function.
So if it's opposite of the original, then it's odd.
Now, let's see what an even function looks like. You take the h function, we plug in a negative x. Now, if it's even, then you should get the same result. And some of you guys see it really quick. You should get the same function, the same rule. Negative x squared will be x squared, right? Because a negative times a negative is a positive. And then we go plus 1. That's what h of negative x is. And in this case, h of negative x equals h of x. Right? Because this is the same as this. When that happens, that's when you have an even function.